I am half Hispanic and half. See, okay, half Hispanic and half American.
I'm Asian and Arab, and my mom is from Taiwan and my dad is from Morocco.
I am a mix of Palestinian and Egyptian.
But it definitely depends on who I'm with, like what I identify as. So if I'm with white people, I identify as black usually, and if I'm with black people, I identify as white. But even that, it's not completely like all black or all white. I think it's kind of a spectrum that like shifts like towards more one side.
I identify as Palestinian more. Only reason is because I visited my dad's part of the family more, and I've known them more than my mom's side. I barely visit Egypt. I probably went once in my life, and after that, I haven't gotten in contact with them.
I feel like I don't really fit in to the Asian community or the Arab community. Um, I was raised in a non traditional household, so there are cultural gaps and language barriers. Um, and I don't know what it's like to grow up with like a group of Asian friends or a group of Arab friends. So I've never really gravitated towards either community, so I don't really feel like I fit in.
I would say that more often than not, I would identify as white. So like I said, it's like a sliding scale to me. I would definitely like white is always like the bigger portion, I guess. But when I'm around like white people, like the black portion gets a little bit bigger, and when I'm around black people, like the white portion gets a little bit bigger. But like I said, because of my parents and like I grew up in like an all white community pretty much. I've just always been like raised with those like traditions and values and all of that, and like always being around white people kind of like just leads you to like act like them.
Let's see. How would you identify yourself on the census?
I would put black.
I choose to uh, identify myself as Palestinian because I mainly grew up with it. Uh, I grew up with its culture, and it's my background, mainly my background. Uh, and I visited Palestine more than Egypt, so that
Okay.
outweighs the opinion or choice.
Usually on a survey, I like having the option of choosing my races. So being able to select Asian, Arab, unfortunately, is never an option. It's usually white. Um, but I would like more choices, or even more specifically, being able to choose your ethnicity. So being able to select Taiwanese and Moroccan would be awesome. Um, Unfortunately, most of the time I do see a box for, one or two race or more than two races. Um, but mixed race kids are different from one another, so I just like having the ability to choose specific races or specific ethnicities. Just the more specific it can get, the better, in my opinion.
Through my club soccer team, I was able to surround myself with people that only speak Spanish, so I was able to learn Spanish. Um, and they were patient with me, and I was able to connect with people that weren't in an environment like the American school, that went to public school, um, went to other private schools that only Costa Ricans went to, and I felt like I was able to immerse myself in the culture a lot more quick than other Americans that come to Costa Rica and just go to the American school. Um, so I feel like that quick transition in the soccer really helped me. But definitely at first I felt very much like an outsider. But because I was able to immerse myself in the culture quickly, um, I felt really quickly like a part of the culture.
I've never really like tried to fit in with one community or the other, so I've never really adjusted my behavior there. Um, One thing I have noticed is that when I travel to Asia, I do try um, to be more cautious about my behavior. So, like not being too loud on the train um, and stuff like that. at least in Morocco, I've never felt like I've needed to act a certain way to fit in. My family's really accepting. Um, so I've never had an issue there.
But I don't think that I necessarily fit into like the Black community yet, just because I said like I haven't been exposed to it enough.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I could pretend to like act that way all I wanted, but like they would still know that I wouldn't fit in because it's not like a natural thing.
Right.
So I think instead of like pretending to be something that I'm not and like acting a certain way, I would just like act the way that I do, and then as a result like not fit in that community.
Me unintentionally, I don't think that I'm Egyptian when I'm around everybody else. Other Palestinians, other Egyptians, I don't even think twice that I'm Egyptian. I just think Palestinian unintentionally, that I'm only one ethnicity.
Okay.
But the only time that I really realize it is when I'm overseas to visit my mom's part of the family in Egypt.
And I just feel unique. Feel like I'm not just like a normal person, run-of-the-mill person. That I have like a unique characteristic to me, and I'm also feel blessed that I've been able to have those experiences at such a young age.
I love being mixed race, and I would never change a thing. Having a mom from Taiwan and a dad from Morocco has really given me the opportunity to learn different languages and learn about different cultures around the world, and also have the opportunity to travel around the world and see different places, which is the best part.